Today's tech news moves fast, but understanding it shouldn't be hard. That's why Snarful Solutions Group brings you Connecting the Dots, where we break down what's happening in tech and why it matters to you. Now, let's dive in with your hosts.
It is Friday, May 2nd, 2025. And looking good here in Sacramento, sunny. Gonna hit about 80 degrees today.
Nice.
Yeah. Markets closed yesterday, Thursday, May 1st. Dow at 4,652.96, and the S&P 500 finished at 5,604.14.
Old and steady, mostly.
Pretty much. Well, hello, everyone, and happy Friday. Here at Snarful Solutions Group, we like our casual Fridays.
I do.
Which this week means our algorithms are wearing slightly less formal binary code. Welcome to Connecting the Dots.
Glad to be here. Today we've got, three pretty big stories from the tech world.
We do, and we're going to dive into them, see how they connect, and maybe, figure out what they could actually mean for you in your everyday life.
Sounds good. Where are we starting?
Let's kick off with something. Well, it feels a bit out there. It involves the Department of Housing and Urban Development, HUD.
Okay.
Apparently, Elon Musk's Department of Government Efficiency, DOGE, they're calling it BOD, has basically hired or tasked a University of Chicago undergraduate student.
An undergraduate.
Yeah, to use artificial intelligence to rewrite HUD's rules and regulations.
Wow, okay. That's definitely unconventional. Using AI for regulatory review isn't totally new, but putting an undergrad in charge.
Right. His name is Christopher Sweet. He's a third year studying economics and data science, though he's currently on leave from the university.
And no prior government experience, the outline mentioned.
None. He's been given the title special assistant, though apparently someone inside DOGE kind of suggested maybe AI computer programming quant analyst is a better fit.
Makes sense, given the task. So he's bringing a quantitative, data-driven approach. The email also mentioned he's fluent in Portuguese, family roots in Brazil. Interesting detail.
It is. And get this, he has read access to HUD's main data systems.
Which ones?
The Public and Indian Housing Information Center and their Enterprise Income Verification System.
Okay, so that's significant access. It means the AI he's using can really dig into the details of existing programs and regulations.
Exactly. His job is to use AI to basically compare all the current HUD regulations against the original laws passed by Congress.
And the goal is to find places where the regulations might, quote, overreach.
Yeah, or places where they could be relaxed or maybe just removed altogether.
Now, you mentioned context earlier. This sounds like it might connect to that Project 2025 initiative we've heard about.
It does seem to align, yeah. Project 2025, for anyone maybe not familiar, is this large-scale conservative policy plan.
Right, advocating for pretty sweeping changes, including significant deregulation in areas like environmental rules, FDA, DEI policies.
Precisely. So this AI project at HUD focused on finding regulations to cut back. It fits right into that broader deregulation agenda, which seems influential currently.
And he's already producing results.
Apparently so. The AI generated a spreadsheet, something like 1,000 entries identifying potential overreach and even suggesting alternative wording.
And HUD staff are reviewing these now. The Public and Indian Housing folks.
That's the report, yeah. They're going through the AI suggestions.
It's interesting, his background. Co-founder of an investment firm, worked with private equity, student hedge fund.
Yeah, and he had a tool on GitHub for analyzing federal regulations. Clearly smart, very quant-focused.
Definitely. But applying that purely quantitative lens to something as complex and human-centered as housing policy, it raises questions.
Yeah, sure. Like, AI can spot inconsistencies or maybe overly complex language.
But can it understand the why behind a regulation? The historical context, the potential impact on real people if it's changed or removed? That's where the human expertise from the HUD staff becomes critical.
Absolutely. So how does this connect back to you, the listener? Well, even if you don't interact with HUD directly.
Right. Changes to housing regulations can have ripple effects.
Think about things like housing availability in your area, or affordability, or maybe support services funded through these programs.
If this AI-driven review leads to major deregulation, it could change the landscape for renters, homeowners, developers, potentially in ways we can't quite predict yet.
It's definitely something to watch. The role of AI in government processes, it's clearly growing.
It prompts that bigger question. How do we best use these powerful tools to inform policy, not just dictate it based on algorithms?
Good point. Okay, let's shift gears completely from government regulations to gaming.
Ah, yes. News from Microsoft.
Yeah, not exactly happy news for gamers' wallets. Microsoft is raising prices.
Globally, right, on consoles and controllers.
Yep, Xbox Series X and S consoles, controllers. And they're also planning to hike prices on their new first-party games later this year.
So if you were planning on getting an Xbox for the holidays, or maybe some new games, heads up.
Definitely. Let's break down the U.S. numbers because they're pretty significant. The Xbox Series S, the 512 gigabyte one, that's going up to $379.99. It was $299.99, so that's an $80 jump.
Wow, that's a big percentage increase on their entry-level console.
It really is. The 1 terabyte Series S will be $429.99. The Series X Digital Edition, $549.99.
And the main Xbox Series X, the one with the disc drive.
That's going up by $100, from $499 to $599.99.
Ouch.
Yeah. And even that fancy 2TB Galaxy Special Edition, $729.99.
Okay, so consoles are definitely getting pricier. What about controllers?
Those two. Standard wireless controllers will start at $64.99. The fancier premium ones can go up to nearly $200.
One positive note, though, they mentioned the adaptive controller and the adaptive joystick prices aren't changing.
That's true. Good point. Important for accessibility. But headsets are also going up, at least in the US and Canada.
Okay.
Stereo headset to $64.99. The wireless one to $119.99.
And Microsoft's reasoning, what are they saying?
The usual suspects, kinda. Market conditions and rising game development costs.
Which, to be fair, isn't entirely wrong. AAA game development has gotten incredibly expensive, bigger teams, longer cycles.
Yeah, true. And market conditions is vague, but could mean anything from supply chain stuff to inflation, competition.
Right, and it's not just the hardware. You said games, too?
New first-party games, yeah.
Oh.
Starting this holiday season, they'll be $79.99.
$79.99. Wow, okay. That matches what some other publishers have done, moving up from the $69.99 standard.
Exactly. Both physical and digital. But they did say existing games won't go up, so your back catalog is safe.
It's worth remembering, like you said, Microsoft isn't totally alone here. Sony raised PS5 prices in a lot of regions, though not the US, remember?
Right. And Nintendo's had some adjustments on certain things, so it feels like a broader industry trend.
And it connects to the wider economy, too, doesn't it? Inflation hitting everywhere.
Yeah, plus those recent tariffs on electronics and imported goods could be playing a role pushing up manufacturing costs.
It all adds up. So for you listening, what's the bottom line? Well, your gaming hobby might cost a bit more soon.
Yeah, that $100 hike on the Series X is noticeable. It might make you think twice about upgrading right away, maybe.
Or maybe look harder at the Series S, even with its price increase. Or lean more into subscription services like Game Pass.
Right. Game Pass could look even more attractive if individual game prices are going up to $80. Access lots of games for a monthly fee instead.
It really could accelerate that shift towards subscriptions and digital away from buying individual discs. Definitely impacts the budget.
Okay, one more story for today, and this one's about a new tool from Google.
Google NotebookLM.
Exactly. They're launching it as a standalone mobile app for Android and iOS.
This is interesting. NotebookLM, for those who haven't used it, is basically an AI research assistant.
Yeah, but it's an expert specifically on your stuff, right?
Yeah.
You feed it documents, websites, notes.
Exactly. You provide the source material, and then the AI can summarize it, find key insights, answer your questions about it.
And crucially, it gives citations, pointing back to where it found the info in your sources.
Which is super important for an AI tool like this. It's been around on the web, but bringing it to a dedicated app, that makes it way more accessible.
Totally. Think about having that power on your phone or tablet.
And the app has some neat features, obviously creating notebooks, asking questions, but they're adding audio overviews.
Oh, what's that?
It basically generates a podcast-style summary of your notes or sources.
No way.
Yeah, and you can listen in the background, even offline. Could be great for reviewing notes while commuting or working out.
That sounds incredibly useful.
Yeah.
And getting stuff in is easy.
Seems like it. PDFs, websites, YouTube videos, pasted text, even stuff stored locally on your device. Plus, tablet version integrates with the share sheet.
So you can just be browsing a website and send it straight to NotebookLM.
Pretty much. The interface looks clean, too. Tabs for recent stuff, shared notes, little play buttons for those audio overviews.
Nice.
Yeah.
When's it actually out?
Official launch is May 20th, which lines up with Google I/O, their big conference. Makes sense.
What? You can actually pre-register for it now on both the Google Play Store and the Apple App Store.
Oh, cool. So people can sign up to get it as soon as it drops.
Exactly. So, thinking about everyday life again,
Yeah.
how could you actually use this?
Oh, loads of ways. Students, obviously. Feed it lecture notes, ratings. Ask it to explain concepts or create study guides.
Yeah, or professionals. Imagine uploading meeting transcripts, project documents, research papers, then quickly getting summaries or finding specific info.
Or even just for personal interest, right? Collect articles about a hobby, feed them in, and have your own personal AI expert on, I don't know, beekeeping or Roman history.
Right. And having it on your own with audio summaries. That really lowers the barrier to staying on top of information overload.
It's about making it easier to engage deeply with information, not just skim it, asking questions, getting cited answers that promotes real understanding.
Seems like a potentially powerful tool for learning and productivity.
Definitely want to check out when it launches.
Okay, so let's do a quick recap of our 3 stories today.
Sounds good.
First, we had the unusual situation at HUD in undergrad using AI to potentially rewrite housing regulations, tying into that broader Project 2025 push.
Right, raising questions about AI's role in governance and the balance between efficiency and human oversight in complex policy areas.
Then, we talked about Microsoft raising prices across the board for Xbox consoles, controllers, and upcoming games.
Yeah, highlighting the rising costs in the gaming industry and the economic pressures affecting entertainment budgets, likely pushing more people towards subscriptions.
And finally, the launch of the Google NotebookLM mobile app.
A new AI tool designed to help you understand and engage with your own information sources more effectively, now conveniently on your phone with features like audio summaries.
So, 3 different stories, but all kind of touching on how tech is weaving itself deeper into government, entertainment economics, and how we process information.
Absolutely. It makes you think about the increasing automation in governance, the shifting value propositions in digital entertainment, and how AI might augment our own learning and understanding.
Lots to mull over. We are here to help here at Snarful, so reach out on our website if you have any more questions.
That's a wrap on today's top stories. Remember, tech doesn't have to be complicated, and we're here to help connect the dots. If you've got questions or want to learn more, visit us at snarful.com. Thanks for listening, and we'll catch you next time.